Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is going to be my first ever movie review video, hopefully, assuming I actually release this in the right order. Just knowing how stupid I could be sometimes. Anyway, I wanted to try and critique it in an order of the good parts, the bad parts, and the downright ugly parts. I'm not the first YouTuber to do it in that particular style, but I am hoping I do it in an entertaining enough manner that you weird and wonderful people who are watching this video come back to watch more videos, and hopefully I'm able to afford enough money to hire Hitman to kill Mr. Beast. And on that note, let's get into movie review. Now, also the good parts of the film, and that is that the general performances in general. Most of the actors involved in the film put on a pretty good performance, including Vin Diesel, whose character Groot, pretty much most of the time only says three words, "I am Groot," and he puts on a pretty good performance regardless. I'm not going. Before I forget, I'm going to try to avoid doing any spoilers or anything. In case you haven't watched it yet. Another good parts were. It wasn't the best performance ever, but the main villain, I thought he was fairly entertaining. Is he the most memorable villain out there? No, I've already forgotten his name. I'm too lazy to quickly look up what his name was on Wikipedia. But he was, importantly, was it the best performance ever? No. But the villain was entertaining, and that's all it had to be. And Rocket, for the few scenes he's still around in, puts on pretty decent performance. And by that I mean... Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust the camera a bit. I mean... Early on in the film, Rocket is hurt really bad. I'm not going to specify how, because again, spoilers. And he spends most of the film sort of like in a coma. And the issue I have with that is that means that there isn't really much of an opportunity for him really to put in this big performance. Now, the issue I have with that is that this is a film that's meant to be about Rocket. It's meant to be his origin story, and it's meant to conclude his little storyline. The thing is, there is no sense of his story being concluded. It does give us his origins, but doesn't exactly give us any. It doesn't leave you satisfied, let's say, at the end. But I like how it does give like final exits for several characters, because I know some of the actors involved in the Guardians of the Galaxy do want to move on to other films and projects. I think the most notable of this being Dave Bautista, who plays Drax the Destroyer. And are all these characters killed off? Spoiler warning, they're not all killed off. Okay? That's all I'm going to say on the matter. And apart from that, it was a fairly decent film. Nothing much to complain about. My biggest complaint about the film, however, is that in a film series called Guardians of the Galaxy, you should be able to watch the three Guardians of the Galaxy films back to back, whilst not having to watch any other films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, you can do this with the first two Guardians films absolutely fine. Nothing wrong there. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 if you want to fully understand the plot, then you need to probably watch the last two Avengers films just to understand what's going on. Now, luckily, I've watched Infinity War, and I know enough about Endgame to figure out for myself what's going, that I'm not too confused. However, for a lot of people who haven't watched every single MCU film, and that includes my mother who watched the film with me, it's just going to be confusing. Damn it, I got a phone call. Sorry about that if this video seems to be a bit record is a bit funny. I had to leave just because my mum called. So I am sorry if that does put you off this video for a bit. Oh god, I don't even remember where I was with this video. I just paused the recording whilst I try and remember where I was at. Just remembered I was ranting about the fact that you need to watch the last couple of Avengers films to understand fully what's going on with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You can't just go from watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 to Volume 3, which I think is just really annoying. And it kind of forces people to watch other films, which I think is a really unethical way of making money for Marvel here. It's the reason why generally I'm more of a DC kind of guy than a Marvel kind of guy. And what else can I say about it? I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about this film, and I think there's another major issue with it. It's just not a lot to say about it. It's just a very average MCU film. And I know there are probably going to be some MCU fans who someday watch this and will probably disagree with this. Well, this is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. If you disagree with me, well, that is your opinion also, and you are entitled to it. Does that mean I have to respect your opinion? No, of course not. Not. But, at the end of the day, that's my opinion on the new Guardians film. I'd say, out of 10, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Average film. That's all I can really say about it. I'm sorry if you want like an in-depth look on this. I'm sorry that explains everything, all the deep themes about it, because there are no deep themes really about this film. It's quite dark. Other than that, it is quite dark. But even then, and it does feature some like animal cruelty references. So if that's the sort of thing that, it annoys you a little bit, then I won't recommend watching this film. It's not too heavily into animal cruelty, but that's all I have to say, really. So there you go. Would I recommend watching this film? Unless you're a massive fan of Marvel, then no. Just don't bother. Just don't bother watching it. You need to watch, I would say, at least 4 other films beforehand if you're new to Marvel, if you want to watch this film. And let's face it, who has that much time left in the world? 4 films, just to understand one other film. And that's it. That's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If not, sorry you didn't enjoy this video. Goodbye.